And we are back, and I have a quick thought. As usual, I'm always thinking, and this is a reason for the channel, because I'm always thinking, I'm always having my thoughts, and I feel like I want to express them, because if not, I just bottles in, and I don't know, I just feel like down about it. So I just want to let it out, and once I let it out, I'm good. You know, whether it makes your life better, whether it doesn't really matter to me. I just want to share with you guys, and hopefully you guys can resonate and comment and have a nice discussion, and maybe you can, you know, give me an insight. I always look for deep conversations. I think that's something that we got away from, you know, and this is why I'm on this channel. And really what I really want to make this video was, you know, today I had a revelation, because another revelation, as I'm evolving, as I call it. I was just thinking about, I've been working on my channel, doing all these things, and working countless hours, things that we don't see behind the scenes. And sometimes I have all this content and I don't want to put it out because I feel like it's not ready, and it's not really edited, not perfect. And I started thinking, what if tomorrow I just get hit by a bus? I know it sounds all really negative, but what if I get hit by a bus? All that stuff that I'm working on, everything that I'm writing, and everything that I'm recording will go down. It will never be shown. Nobody will ever see it. So I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and start promoting on Instagram. Let's put it all out there. Even if I don't feel like it's perfect, even if I feel like it needs a lot more work, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. And I did, and I'm detaching from the results, and I feel a lot better. So my question to you guys is, do you have anything you have hoarding, like any contents, any poems? A lot of people that I meet write poems. A lot of them draw comic books. A lot of artists that I meet can have books of art, and they don't show it to anybody. They just hoard it. It could just take that one piece of art, that one piece of writing that will change your life, you know? So it would never be, if it's never out there, it would never be able to improve your life. So you have to let it out, let it go out, even if you feel like it's not what you feel like is ready or it's valuable to others. But you know, value is context. That's a great definition of value. Value is context. Context in the sense that value to me might not be the same value to you, and value that you think brings value to somebody else might not bring the same value to the different individual. Everybody sees things differently. You know, it's all a perception, as they call it. So my video might look like a crappy video to somebody, and then somebody might look at my video and say, oh, wow, this video is awesome, the way he talks, the way he expresses himself. I like his honesty and his raw videos. But somebody else might say, that's a crappy video, there's no editing, you know, he stutters, he mumbles, you know. So when I start thinking about it, I would never put nothing out there, because you're going to start thinking about the opinions of others. And that's one of the limiting, I think, beliefs. If I said it in other videos, I'm repeating it again, because every day I go and I feel that is what holds me back. You know, you are worrying about what other people are going to be, you know, opinionating and talking about and saying about you. You know, I noticed also that, you know, the more I'm becoming myself and the more I'm able to actually do what I want to do, you start losing a lot of friends and support, because they don't even really recognize you anymore, right? So they feel that they're not, I guess, I'm assuming they feel like you might be a different person, but you're the same person. You have a ambition, and I would say you have a calling, an inner awareness that you want to do certain things, and everybody has their own path. And I'm trying to catch this interview today with Damon Dash. You know, say what you want to say about him. The dude is not the greatest, you know, the coolest. He doesn't look like the nicest guy, but he does stay true to himself. And a lot of the people that actualize in their life and they're happy doing what they do, they stay true to themselves. They don't get worried about what their mom, dad, cousin, sister, best friends, classmates, co-workers. They don't really care about what anybody has to say about their decisions. And today, listen to the podcast that I'd always listen to, with the Wayne Dyer old school podcast. This is like maybe 15 years ago, but it's still relevant in today's world. He says, be independent of the opinions of others. And it's an old school phrase, but it's so relevant nowadays because of social media. We are afraid to be portrayed by a certain way. Like, oh, this guy is always, putting self-help things and stuff. He must be, miserable or something like that. But social media expands that because you feel that if you promote yourself, who you truly are, people are gonna judge you. And I'm a big example that I never put out stuff because I felt like, it's something that I would just think about and it's crazy. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just the thoughts. Don't put that out there. Put your pictures and stuff. No, I've said, let's use Instagram, let's use Facebook, let's use YouTube, let's use all these avenues to really be who you are. I see a lot of coaches online that they were talking about branding and this and stuff. My branding advice, and I think Gravity V even says this, just be yourself. Some people are worried about if they put a certain image or they put a certain picture or a certain quote that they're gonna be looked at differently, and their image, what they're trying to portray, is not gonna be looked at the same. And the way I look at it, like if you want to become a brand or you want to do your own brand, the best that I see at branding, and right now, to be honest, you got Gerald Adams, and his concept and his avenues that he does and all the way he brands himself is awesome. The storyline, he makes stories, he does a lot of stuff. So, and you can tell that he's being honest to himself. That's if you was to meet him, that's who he is. Like, he's not putting on a show. He's not, trying to persuade you to come to him, So that's what I feel like. That's ultimate brand. You want to be yourself. However weird you feel, however maybe you don't feel enough, maybe you feel like, oh man, I'm weird, I'm clumsy, I stutter, I mumble, I talk too fast, I talk too slow, my hair's crazy, my face is all messed up. That's who you are, We all have something to bring to this world. And I think the more I've accepted it about myself, the more I was able to be giving to the world and sharing my ideas and sharing my content. Because regardless of what you do, regardless of who you are, people are going to judge. People are going to talk about you. They're going to criticize you, and nobody's perfect. We all have our own mess. I guess we look at it as differences, or we look at it as bad traits, but that's who you are. That makes you perfect the way you are. I think even when you're in a relationship, myself included, I would look at my partner and pick at all those traits that I probably didn't like. But imagine we both were the same person. It would be so boring, because then we would just be like images of ourselves. We're independent of ourselves. We have to be who we are, and we come together and make each other better, but we're different. We have different thoughts, different ideas, different beliefs. We have to respect that. Being humble is respecting the other person's differences and their beliefs, and whatever it is that they go upon, how they live their life. You can't expect the whole world to live the same type of belief and the same type of concepts. That is why we are an ever evolving world, because we have so many different beliefs, so many different ideas, so many different evolutions from different side of the world. So that's what makes us unique. So I think once you can grasp your uniqueness, you can start building yourself and building your reputation and building and helping others, and others will want to come to you and work with you because you're just being who you are. My advice for that would be, like, think about it. If I go to become a better brand and I go to somebody else and they were going to portray somebody that they feel that I can portray, right? And they make me this image, and they make my social media accounts, they make my content, my stories, my videos, they make it nice, and I'm getting a lot of audience. My audience is growing. But when they meet me in person, it's not who I am at all. Like, that's not, wow, this guy looks a lot more intellectual, a lot more, like, cleaned up in the videos, and in person, he's just a regular guy with a lot of ideas. So, be genuine, and it's like, if we're comparing it to right now you see a woman, and she puts on makeup every day, pounds and pounds of makeup, and you're like, wow, she's beautiful, and you guys hang out, you guys get intimate, you become, you get into a relationship, and you have intimacy, and you guys have, let's say you guys have sex, and then the next day she wakes up, she washes her face, and she has no makeup on because you called her in the morning. and you don't recognize her. You're like, oh man, she's still beautiful because that's who she is, but it's not the beautiful that you saw prior to that. So you will feel like it's a different person. You're like, oh man, it's not the same person I was fell in love with. So that's not, I compare it the same way. Your brand and your business, it has to be transparent. Transparency is a big word, and in every type of relationship you have, and any type of business relationship, any type of personal friendships, work, partnerships, lovers, it has to be a transparent relationship. Transparency is always the best way, because you're able to just talk to the person across from you, your honest opinion, regardless if they're gonna want to hear it or not. You have to let them know, because it really affects a relationship, because if you see that the person is not who you want to be around, your energy will start showing that in your body language, and then they're gonna feel a certain way, and then it's gonna create a lot of hostility, and eventually it'll just blow up. We have to be transparent, and if you're building a brand or building a business, honestly, I think, I'm not we're not professionals. Nobody really knows what they're doing. They don't know what actually makes a brand, but the number one thing you can always know that's gonna actually work is being authentic and being yourself. And the way you see me on these videos is the way you see me when you meet me in person. It's just always thinking, always trying to make people better, and why not? That's my question. Why not? There's nothing impossible. Anything you see out there has already been done. YouTube has been done. We're doing it. It's something that's already been done. It's your turn. Everything has a timing. And some guys are gonna be, at a different level than you, and that's okay, because everything has its timing. If you believe in that, and you believe that you are the answer to everything, you are the answer to everything. You're inside yourself. And I started believing that, and it's changed on my even my way I walk, the confidence. Confidence is important, because you might have all the answers, but you don't believe that they're the answers. And in the book that I'm reading right now by Abraham Maslow, that's a big thing about your own belief in yourself. You can't expect others to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. And this is a reminder to myself every day I wake up. You have those voices that tell you, you're not good enough, you're not gonna, you can't really pull this off. And I always tell myself, just believe, just stay believing yourself. And now I know, like Evan Carmichael, he has his own channel called Believe. That's a big word for him, believe. And it's true. You have to believe. If you don't believe, nobody's gonna believe in yourself. So if you imagine nobody believes in you, so imagine if you don't believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself, and it starts with you. My life started changing when, I used to hate how people used to act, and this person doesn't deserve my attention or whatnot. And it was all inside of me. I was expecting others to change, and I was expecting situations to change, or a job to change, or a partner to change, my kids to change. It was up to me to change, and to have the awareness that it's up to me, and the way I perceive things and the way I go upon it is the outcome that I'm gonna get, not what they are, not because of them am I acting a certain way. And it's a practice that you got to do daily, and it's something that it really gives you a lot of insight in your life, a lot of stuff that you've done, a lot of things that you acted upon. It's not because of the other person. You have the choice to not react. You have the choice to walk away. You have the choice to not be where you're at, and we blame it on everything outside of us. And then we look for help outside of us. I believe we all have the answers inside. And start with yourself. And be accountable. And then everything else changes. Alright, I've been blabbing too much. But please, guys, if I'm bringing you value, please subscribe. Please like. And I believe I want to hear the comments. I want to engage in the conversation. And thank you guys for the support. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.